Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be a cool video, I think. I hope. This is the Avian Knives Atlas. Completely toolless disassembly and reassembly. And I will take it apart halfway through, like during the video. I will take this apart after we talk about it. This is a pre-production version. They are available now. Like, they did a pre-order. The pre-order has dropped, and they are shipping the pre-order knives out to people right now. Okay, and I'm going to put a link to their website down below. And at some point, I'm also going to stick some pictures in here that I got from Rit, the owner, co-founder, of sort of the manufacturing process, some exploded views of the knife, just some little kind of, cool stuff that I wanted to show and talk about. I know that Jim Skelton did a video on this. He absolutely loves it. I've talked to him about it. I think some other guys have done videos on this 7-8 months ago. In keeping true fashion with my channel, I'm always a day late and $1 short. All right. So this being a pre-production, there are some changes coming on the current offerings that are available. These are $625. And I just looked down and I didn't even do all of the measurements. So I will put all the measurements down in the description. I looked at my notepad and it was from the last knife I did. What the hell? But I'll put the specs down below. All right. So it does come in this cool box, but I believe the box is changing for the new version. Also, I want to say, another reason why I'm not going to get into all of what changed from the old one to the new one and stuff like that is we're going to have Rit, the co-founder, the brain trust behind this knife, on the EDC Hour this coming week. On March 4th, Saturday, March 4th, 5 p.m. Pacific. All right. Normally the EDC Hour is on Sundays. I get it. Mixing it up a little bit because Rit is in Thailand. He lives in Thailand. And so doing it at that time of day on a Sunday night, just that cut into his Monday morning work day. And he just timing didn't work out. So I will have a link down below to the EDC Hour. If you're not already watching, please go watch. This particular one is the Atlas. This one is in Magnacut. I believe the current ones are M390. I could be wrong. I'll make sure and comment down below. And this one's about 9 months old-ish, 7, 8, 9 months old. These are made in, they're hand-assembled in Tennessee. These are a semi-custom knife. These are not a production knife. They're a semi-custom knife from Seth Taylor. Is the knife owner, the knife maker. A lot of the parts are water jetted out in Thailand. They are bundled up and they are shipped to Tennessee here in the United States, where Seth hand fits everything. Just because you water jet it, it's not a finished knife. It's not like Lego, like Legos or Lincoln Logs. You get a water jet piece and there's burrs on it. It's a rough cut. They also water jet them slightly oversized, all the parts and pieces, so that Seth can hand fit, hand tune every single one. Which is pretty cool. For $625, that's not a bad deal. All right. There's a lot of good things about this knife. And while I talk about the good and the bad, I'll put a couple of pictures of the manufacturing process up here. It is small. It is lightweight. It is compact. It feels really good in the hand. And it's a little small for my tastes in my hands. But I have had it now for a couple of weeks and I've been taking my time to do the video. And it works great. It's just a fun knife. Now, couple negatives that I've talked to Rit about. One of which is the flipper tab. I'll give you a quick little zoom in here first off. This is Magnacut, but you're going to get the same look and feel, same shape, blade shape and all that, in whatever steel they do. Titanium frame lock, pretty standard affair. Proprietary hardware, but doesn't take any tools, and we'll get into that. But the flipper tab, Seth wanted to keep it very angular, like the whole knife has very kind of angular shapes to it, right? Kind of futuristic, kind of, whatnot. So for me, that flipper tab is a little uncomfortable because it's a little pokey. It's a little bit like, I wouldn't not buy the knife, but it's a little bit uncomfortable. So they are working on that. That is going to be something that's changed. I think they're going to round that out a little bit so that it still works, but it's just more comfortable. Now, the other thing, and this is totally a personal preference, is it's not even drop shut. It's like automatic shut, it feels like. So you get it here. It doesn't really drop. It just closes. It's hard to explain. I don't know that this is going to do it justice. This drops shut, right? It drops shut pretty fast. Pretty guillotine-y. This one is just different. I don't know if that's coming out on camera, but it's just, it's you pass the detent and boom, it's closed. It's pretty crazy. That's not the way I like my knives. And because it's tool-less, there is no way to tighten the pivot. There's no way to adjust anything on this knife for you at home. But for those of you that take apart your knives all the time because you have to maintain them, quote unquote, or you want to clean them all the time, it's pretty straightforward. You lift up that little lever. You pull the pocket clip and that pin out the back. Pull the lever off. Pull up on the back spacer, which is hinged in. And then on the lock side, you kind of press the scales together a little bit. And this locking lever comes out. And now, if I can not make a mess, it comes apart. It is running on bearings, as I said. No steel lock bar insert. Just a kind of a square detent. I didn't look at it closely. I did take it apart really quick. So it is kind of a flat, squared off detent. Bearings there. Milled out for weight savings. Okay. This part can come off. Has a pin inside, which is captured. This is going to be this over here is going to be a captured pin in the production version, as is the stop pin over here. Prototype version, this pin comes out, but it's going to be affixed, and the pivot does come all the way out. I'm just trying to keep it together a little bit, so it's not so hard for me to put it back together. Because, while it's easy to put together and take apart, it's not so easy to do on camera. They say the camera adds 10 pounds, but it also usually adds 10 pounds of nonsense to when you're trying to do things. If that makes sense. So you kind of line it up, you get to pivot in there, and it is a little bit awkward where you place your hands and stuff. And then this piece slides back in, kind of pinch it together a little bit, and then this can go back down. So now, I dropped out that pin on the back. So again, that's why that pin back here is going to be a captured pin as it moves forward. Let me zoom out, so just in case you're missing anything. And now I might have little problems. I told you the camera adds 10 pounds of drama. Because I put that locking, I gotta take this out. Take this out to give me a little bit of room to put this in. Man, when Jim Skelton did his video, on taking it apart. He did a standalone video. So if you get one of these, I recommend going and watching his video because he is much more proficient at it than I am. So let me pick this up. And let me just take this scale off. Ay, caramba. I could edit this out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just leave it in. It is what it is. It's how I roll. I don't do a lot of editing. I don't cut much stuff out. But you guys probably know, and you guys probably wish I did cut more stuff out. I get it. Let me know. If you want me to cut more stuff out, let me know. I probably won't do it. See, that's what happened is when I picked it up, it kind of sprung a little bit and it popped out. Make sure it's in there. Yes, it is. Of course, my thumb is in the way for this locking lever. I mean, it's pretty ingenious. I can't lie. Like, I mean, that's, and I'm not supposed to say can't lie. That's not very good grammar. But, all right, so then you push this in. You have to push down on the backspacer. The backspacer kind of gives it some tension so that it holds it in place while you get this lever in. So you got to line this up. You got to drop the pocket clip pin out a little bit. And then you just got to rotate it all in so that it fits. And then there you go. All right, so that normally took, I think, Jim Skelton like 3 minutes, but Jim's the man. I just am a knucklehead with a camera, and it's back together. So for you guys that are taking your stuff apart all the time, well, you know, that's a great thing. For you guys that want a semi-custom, very cool knife, that's also a great thing. I did a YouTube short video with this, and it got like 2,500 views. I think it's the best short I've ever had. And that happened in like a day. I wonder, could we get this video to 2,500 views? Probably not. But that's okay. I don't care. I'm just, you know, hey. I think this is a cool knife. I think it's worth every penny of $625, even though I don't love the drop shutty action. But yeah, you can't tune that. So if that's a thing, this might not be the knife for you. If you're interested in more details on this, please join us on the EDC hour coming up on March 5th, 2023, because I'm sure people will watch this video in years to come, for a live stream with Rit, the owner, founder, brain trust behind this amazing knife. So that's a Spyderco Delica. Here's the Kubi, KB237. I'm giving you some examples here so you kind of understand what size range we're talking about. This is the VC Edge interface. Now, interesting thing is, I believe that this, I'm going to weigh the Atlas really quick. I believe it's 2.5 ounces. It is 2.5 ounces. So it's 2.5 ounces, 1.5 ounce. But this is crazy. This is like beyond crazy. Jason's freaking a wizard. What else do I got here? How about a Olight i3T? It's the AAA version. I should have brought out some Oreo cookies. I just got some new ones. Have you guys tried the Mega Oreo cookies? It's like double stuff times 2. Oh, they're awesome. And you know what I just picked up also? The Cakesters. Oh my God. It's like a baked cookie, so it's not crumbly. They're awesome. It's like a ding dong in a different shape. Oh my God. They're great. And since I talked about Jim Skelton, how about Jim Skelton's original custom Red Horse Knife Works Hellraiser, the very first Hellraiser that Ed Kim at Red Horse ever made. And I'm honored, so honored that Jim sold this, because if he hadn't have sold it, I would have never had it. So super grateful to own that thing. So please join us on the EDC hour. Let's see what kind of views we can get for this guy. And I will put the specs, the dimensions and all that stuff down in the description because I totally forgot to measure it before filming. Thanks a lot, guys. Check out the EDC hour over here. And I'll put a link to the VC Edge interface up over here or in one of the corners. So you can go check that out. Again, amazing knife, but it takes some tools to take apart. Thanks a lot, everyone.